All right, ninjas, let's dig into some baseball bat chokes. So think about how you swing a baseball bat. Just like this. I love the baseball bat choke because it's true ninja stuff. Meaning that like he thinks one thing is happening, but a whole different thing is happening. So your grip is going to be the same way you would swing. Here and here. And this is a great way to kind of practice that motion, what your hands will be doing. When I first started doing these chokes, I always had to remind myself, it's like, okay, well, how do the hands go? And I would tap them together like this, just sort of as a cue in my head to, okay, that's what the grip's gonna be. So here or here. Okay, so the basics of the choke, and then we'll talk about setups after, is I have one hand here and one hand here. Again, the same way that I hold a baseball bat. Here, here. I want my hands close together. I don't swing a baseball bat like this. My hands are one on top of the other. So again, just like a baseball bat. I want to bring my elbows together. If it's here, he brings his hand inside, no more baseball bat choke. So my elbows kind of come together here. It's going to be very difficult to do the job right here while he's in my guard. I have to create an angle. Remember our 45-90 rule. Submissions happen. The best possible spot for a submission to happen is their 45 and 90 degree angle. Okay, so that means right here we're lined up, our spines are in alignment. I need to put him over here. So I need to get him to pass my guard. An easy way to do that is to drop to the side here. I keep my right leg up right now. I want him to think that that doorway right here is in fact closed. Okay, so I'm here. I don't want to pull down real crazy hard. I want to keep my hands nice and relaxed, because if I'm going down too hard, the bells and whistles are going off in his head. Okay, now I want him to pass my guard. So I'm going to drop my leg down and I'm going to give him a little push. He cannot move to his right. Try to move to your right. My leg is blocking him. See how my left leg is against his hip. When he goes to pass, I drive him and I push off his body with my left leg and I kick myself out and I squeeze. Okay? So looking at it again, here, look. My hands go in here, just like this, elbows together here. I turn my leg to the side. My right leg is up. I'm pulling him down nice and close to my body here. Again, I don't want to be squeezing crazy hard, but at this point here, he's probably becoming aware of the choke. So at this point, I'm going to kind of just bring him in nice and tight to my body here. I kick my leg out. See how I slide it out? I give him a little push here. As he passes here, I kick off with my left leg and I spin my hips around here. See how my hips are down to the floor? My right elbow is inside of my left elbow. It's not like this. That's not going to choke him. See how my arms are clamped together? This is open. This is closed. My hips are driving down to the floor for additional leverage. Okay, if he doesn't tap here, he should tap or go to sleep, right? If he doesn't and he rolls over my body, I continue my pressure. I put my back on top of his back and I push with my feet as I drive into his body and squeeze. And that should finish that choke very nicely. Let's do it again. I'll start this way this time. So again, the grips are here and here. My hips come out. I bring my leg up first to stop him from passing. Then I give him the cue by pushing him. As he passes, my left leg is pushing. I kick my hips around, and there's my squeeze. Now look again, just a little bit. Look again how my elbow cuts through for that choke. My legs are pushing off the floor here for leverage. So as I'm driving up, my hips are driving down. Every submission requires a push and a pull. Here's my push. Where's my pull? It's my hips bringing him forward and down into the bat here. And that helps me finalize that baseball bat choke. So again, our hands go in here. So when we're looking at setups, I can simply just dive up into there like that and bring him down. Okay, it's kind of obvious, but it can still work. I go up, but that means I got to go down and go right into the position here. See how I'm in a knee shield with my left leg? Okay, my right leg, again, I don't let him pass right away, and then when I'm ready, I slide it out. I kick him out. He takes the bait. I spin, and I get to here. And see how I'm looking over my left shoulder here. Okay, if you get to here, and let's say he passes here, and then he drops his weight down real fast, heavy on me. And you're kind of like, oh man, I can't finish the grip. I use both my feet to push up off the mat as I make the turn. It's like a little bump. I bump and then I turn. So that works really, really nice. So if he anchors down, you're like, oh, shit, I can't make this move. Plant both feet. As I bump, I shrug this collar. That gets me into the throat, okay? Even if he has his chin down, put your chin down. As I shrug him up, I get inside of there. I turn the hips and I give it my best squeeze. When I'm going into this choke here, I can go straight up in like that. I like to grab a low sometimes here and I open it up. I slide my other hand underneath. So I open and I slide. Now watch when I go up, I push it off his neck and I come up. When I release the collar from his neck, it gives me some space to set up the other grip and he doesn't feel it. Okay, so look, I open it, I slide, I push it up and then I grab and then I bring him down. And then again, it's the same setup. I push it down, he goes to pass. As I kick him out, I spin off his body and then boom, I squeeze. Now, turn this way. So that same setup, I open it and I see how I open that up. So I open his gi and my hand crosses under. I push it off his body. That allows me to set up that other grip. Then I can pull him down and do it again. So turn this way for me. So look, here, down low, I open. I come across here. If you have trouble sitting up, just push it up a little bit. Grab, bring him down. Okay, now let's say you get to here and you start to go this way, but you feel his hips moving in the other direction. Right, if he goes that way, watch. I just take my hands and I switch them. I let him pass. Go ahead and pass. When he passes, I just have it, look, on the opposite side now. Same thing. So my hands, turn this way. My hands inside that collar here, and this is a great way to practice. Look, boom, 1, 2. You wouldn't let go and try to re-grab. So look, if I'm gonna switch it, 1 switches, the other comes around. 1 switches, the other comes around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I never release the collar. You see the point here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, now working on that initial setup here. Here, I can go under, over, under, cross, over, under, cross, over. So 1, 2, 3. This is a great little gi gripping drill. You see how I'm trying to keep the gi off his body a little bit here? So that way I'm not like, sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Remember, this is the art of the choke. This is my paintbrush right now. I'm creating beautiful lines, graceful movements. You know, it's good technique, right? Boom, boom, here, here, here. You've heard function over form. Like you want it to be functional, but it's not function over form. It's where function and form coalesce, where they meet together and they work together, right? Like I want to be functional. Yes, I want the techniques to work, but I also want the form. There's a great saying by Hicks and Gracie, and I'm probably going to mess it up. I don't remember the actual saying, but I remember the gist of it, and it's like to submit someone is not enough. To do it like beautiful, right? To do it beautiful. To use good technique. So his point was like, don't just like, oh, squeeze your head. Oh, I submitted you, man. Good choke, right? No, I want the technique to be right, to be flawless. Boom, boom. I want you guys to practice this drill because this drill right here is a great way to practice that choke exactly the way you need it to work. He rolls over, boom, just like that, like a ninja. That's the baseball bat choke. Post.